Yeah.
So what we just did is we wiped the goat's teats, udder, really. Scooch over, Mama. Thank you. And now we dry them off. And we do that because we want to get the grossness off of their udders.
Grossness, that's a good word.
Dad's got the goods, not me. And then we milk. Now, I pinch and then roll my fingers down. Pinch, roll my fingers down. And when you do it fast, it looks like you're just squeezing the crap out of the udder or the teat, but you're not. I don't have any, Mama. Yeah, you're gonna have to eat what's there. So we give our ladies who are in milk a sweet grain ration and some sunflower seeds, and we have some goat feeder, goat grower that we're also adding in with that. It doesn't have as much molasses as they probably would like. Mama, you quit that. Yeah, she's throwing a fit right now. It doesn't have as much molasses as we'd probably like, as they would like, I'm sorry. But they also have a ton of forage all behind me right now. So, and they're in, I don't know, what is it? Our tree line is total of about 3 acres. And they are in at least 2.5 of tree forage. So they have a lot of plant matter that they can digest and grow and use to, to eat, use for their energy. One of the important things when you're milking is to definitely pinch the top of the teat. And the reason why is because if you don't, the milk will actually, as you're pushing, it will go back up into the udder. You can feel it in your hand when that happens. You can just feel it push past where your thumb is, where you're pinching here. And it doesn't have to be super hard, it just has to be enough. And you kind of learn that with each goat, what is enough. All right, honey, you want to give her some more? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was right there.
You got plenty. Look at you. Your butt.
She thinks she's lacking. The other thing we give them is sunflower seeds, and that is to help with the magnesium. So they have nice shiny coats. One of our goats, Miss Sophie, she's our La Mancha. She has gotten rather brown, and we need to give her a copper bolus. We did give her a copper bolus when we gave all the rest of the goats a copper bolus, but I think she chewed on it and it didn't slow release, get into the correct stomach kind of thing. Because goats have
multi-chamber.
Yeah, they have multi-chamber stomachs. So the first chamber actually is almost like a crop in a chicken.
If you want me to take it from you, I'll take it from you.
It's almost like a crop in the chicken where it actually ferments. Not that the chickens do that, but in the goat, the first stomach is where the food goes and it starts to ferment. And then they basically throw it up into their mouth and chew what's called the cud. And then they swallow that and it goes into the other stomach. So it's definitely interesting. So how do you know when you're done milking, right? What the heck? How do you know? Well, this is a first sign, is that you're barely getting anything out. But also you can see how kind of limp her udder is. It started out pretty full, like where my hand was, like this. The other thing that you can do is kind of nudge up, make sure she's not holding any milk back. And you'll see her nipples, or her teat isn't getting filled with the milk anymore. So she's done. So I'm going to pause the video here.
Recording.
So now what we do is we take the milk and we pour it into some jars. And you can see, if you don't count the foam, she gave us
4.5.
5 cups of milk today, which is pretty good. So she was giving us a full 8 cups of milk. About
peak.
2, huh?
At the peak, right?
Well, even at the peak, she started giving us almost 8 cups of milk like 2 weeks in. So after the colostrum, I guess. She also had twins, so her body knew I got to make more milk than, you know, if I had had a singleton. So the next thing we do is we use some udder balm.
Is it spray ship yet?
No, I haven't ordered it. They're so close I didn't want to just order more. We use an udder balm, plus it's not as wet as it was, believe it or not. And we just put that on their udders. And this is something to help keep their skin a little supple, so that when they are completely like full of milk, she's ready, their skin will stretch a little bit instead of it being so tight. Oh. Hi, Sophie. Sophie kind of scares me almost every time. She sticks her head in and she sniffs right at my ear. So we got this milking stand from Premier One, and it has 2 sides that fit into these pockets right here, just like he's doing now. I just don't like to use my side.
I had a goat in my lap before, so I better not.
Luis says he's had a goat in his lap before.
Okay.
So he doesn't. He likes to have his side up. Oh, hi,
I'll
Beetle.
leave you to this. I got pickups.
All right, Luis is gonna go. Say bye, Luis.
Bye. Brother sweetie. I'll feed the goats on the way out. I'll take the red bucket. I'll take this with me, okay?
Oh, you're okay. Gotcha.
We
Gotcha.
got this to carry.
Yeah.
Okay. Matter of fact, yeah.
So right now we have biting flies, and it's not so great with everybody. Let me turn you around, and you'll check out Miss Number 1. That, because her tag is Number 1, but also she is kind of the, oh, I don't know why I turned you around to look at me. Her tag is Number 1, but she's also kind of a diva. She's a little bit of a diva. So, anyway. So I've started her, which just means I squirted some out on the ground. And you can see her udders. She's much more fuller looking, but she has a smaller udder than the other goat did. So I'm gonna set you guys down. Actually, I may not. So you can see she has smaller teats, so I pinch off a little higher than the top of her teat here, because then I can only use 2 fingers, so I pinch off a little higher, and then I can get 3 fingers in. Now I did start both sides of her udder. Goats have 2, I would call them quadrants, but they're not, because there's only 2 halves of their udder. Cows have 4. And so that's why they call them quadrants, because in cows there's 4 of them. We hand milk because we have found that the milking machine is not as effective at getting the milk out. It could be because the milking machine is probably for cows, and at least the one we got, and the cups they just seem too big. They don't latch on, they don't stay latched. And so we found that we just prefer to hand milk. It takes about the same amount of time to use the machine as it does to hand milk the 3 goats that we have. Now, if we had 3 really heavy goats like Fluffy was, where she's giving us almost a half a gallon per milking, we probably would use a machine because our hands would get really tired. I will try and set, nope. I will try and set the camera up to, let's see. Oh, you got plenty in there, Missy. To show you how I milk when I have two hands available. But when I only have one, i.e. I'm holding a camera, I just alternate. We do like, I don't know, 10 to 15 pulls, sprays, pumps, whatever you want to call this. And then we alternate to the other side. Hey, Mama. All right, I'm going to put you down for a second. Hey. Come on. Come here. Come on. No, you're fine. You want a little bit of fresh stuff? Here you go. So, on her, I don't like to pump or to milk two-handed because she is fidgety and she will stick her foot in the bucket and then we can't use the milk. At least not for consumption. Somebody was telling me that if I ever had milk that happened to, they would buy it from me, probably to make soap or something, you know, that gets cured. I don't know if you can tell or not, but her teats kind of tilt outward, and so I actually have to like turn them inward in order to aim them where I need to get them. So she gives us about 4 cups, which is really strange because when we first started to milk her, she was one of the, she didn't give us as much. And then she got a infection, we think, in her udder, and it's gone now, but it was basically bumps all over her teats and a little bit up in here around her teeth, and somebody called it goat pox, which, okay, we kept milking her and then we would just discard the milk because eventually we figured she'd get over it, and she did. So once she got over it, though, or actually kind of in the middle of it, she started giving us 4 cups a day, when before she was only giving us like 1 cup. So we don't know why that changed all of a sudden. Like in the middle of her lactation, she just started giving us double to triple of what she was giving us before. Sorry, I know the view's not going to be so great right now, but she's getting finicky. So I'm going to pour this off into the jar so that I don't get any feet in the bucket. And if at this point I did get a foot in the bucket, I do have another jar. I have a little quart jar that I can milk into. So I wouldn't continue to use the bucket if I did get a foot in the bucket. So I don't know if you guys know, but have you ever seen a baby goat feed? They nudge like really hard up to get the milk to come down. And you're going to see that her milk actually does let down. I don't know if you'll see it or not, but her udder will get slightly full again. Not a ton, but she's been hiding milk from us. So we want to make sure we get all of it out, because if you get all the milk out, oh man, what, did I bring it into fruition or what? Can I have my bucket back, please? I can't use that milk now. It's got feces in it. There's not enough to save to sell either, so here we go. I'm gonna finish her off. When she gets close to being done, she gets super finicky too. Hey. No. No. You be good, number 1. Shh. You be good. We're almost done with you. Almost done. I have 1 more goat to go, and she will be milked into a jar, which is not as easy because now I have to use my right hand only. Calm down, Mama. Calm down. Calm down. Shh. Only to milk. She is one of our finickier milkers. Come here. Come on. Come on. There we go. Thank you. Stay over here. She's just being a brat now. Alright, so that's how much more we got out of her. And she gave us a good 3 cups. 2 cups already. This is, you know, not as much as we normally get from her. But, like I said, everybody's starting to reduce their lactation. They reduce the amount of milk that they give. So, the biggest thing is what I found out is that I'm not getting all the milk out of her, see? And that's what I wanted to avoid, was her having more milk. Because when you don't get it all out, then their body thinks, oh, I'm not needing to make as much. That's a lot more milk. And this technique I've heard called stripping, where you actually like pull on their teat and squish it really, not hurtful wise, but enough. Yeah, see, she's got more in there. I'm gonna see if I can get a little more out of her here. I know, Mama. All right, I'm gonna pause you again. All right, guys, we're on to goat number 3. I'm gonna change the angle. I'm gonna see from the back instead from the front. Maybe that'll give you a different little view. I don't know. So Mambo's pretty good. She'll pretty much stay wherever I put her. Come on, Mama, over here. Thank you. And still wash her. I still dry her off. And the reason, again, you do that is you want to remove any of the feces and stuff from their udder before you milk. And you dry it off, because any moisture that's on your hands or on the teats will trickle down into the milk again. So then you get bacteria that is trickling down into the milk here. I'm going to milk from the... Nope, I have to milk one at a time. That's right, I don't have a bucket. Alright, so... I guess you can kind of see from the back of my hand that I am not just squeezing all at once. It's... I don't know, I kind of like likened it to like playing the flute. You know, if you're going 3 blind mice, 3 blind mice. When you, not the flute, but the recorder, because that's all I ever played. And, you know, you're starting at the top and going down towards the bottom to push the milk out of her teat. She doesn't have a lot of milk to give. She gives us maybe about a cup. She's one of our calmest does. Her name is Mambo, because her tag is number 5. We struggled for a while with the names with them. Sorry, honey. Because we didn't necessarily want to get attached to them. Because these are meat goats. Spanish meat goats. Spanish goats is what they are. And they are a dual purpose, as you can see, definitely dual purpose. I'm getting milk out of them, and milk is sweet. Part of that's because we give them a rain ration, I'm pretty sure. You know, the other part is we don't have any onion patches up in our woods. So there's no wild onions and garlic growing that they're getting into, which will flavor their milk. It may look like I'm kind of struggling with her, and it is because I do. I struggle milking her. This udder on this side is very high and tight, and this udder on this side is actually, I guess, blown a little bit, and her teat has gotten thicker and is easier to milk. But you could see I have most of her udder kind of in the top of my hand here. Whereas on this side, I can't really do that. And so it's a little harder to milk her on this side. And believe it or not, I found that reaching behind puts me in a better angle to milk her. And maybe that's why farmers, if you look at some farmers that hand milk, they actually milk from behind, and the bucket's actually behind them too, and they actually pull back like this and milk them that way. I would do that just to show you, but you're in the way and I would get my phone wet, and I don't want to do that. Well, the time on is about 21 minutes on the video so far. We've paused once or twice, not too often. And really only just to switch goats, which today did not take very long. They all cooperated, including Miss Mambo here. Thank you, Miss Mambo. So Mambo has given us about 1.5 cups here. So there wasn't much in this glass from number 1, so I just count it all towards Mambo. The other thing we're having to contend with right now is biting flies, and so that's probably why I ended up getting a foot in the bucket, is because number 5 was getting bit by flies. We have not found a good way to get rid of the flies yet, so and the other thing the biting flies irritate is me, because they bite me through my clothes, and if I'm wearing shorts, then they bite straight onto my skin and it hurts. So you'll notice I didn't like strip her, and it's because she doesn't need it. She gives me all her milk. The other goat, she's not giving me all her milk. So she's done. Hi, mister. How you doing, Maverick? What's going on, buddy? Yeah? I don't have any treats. Nope, sorry, buddy. This is our, I don't know if you call him a billy goat or a buck. Anyway, this is our male goat. And pretty much everybody went into heat. The first month we had him here, maybe the second month. He's been here about 6 weeks. Hi, buddy. You gonna get your head back out? Yeah. I don't have any treats. Don't eat me. Don't eat me. So pretty much Ev went into heat the first month that we had him, or the first 6 weeks that we had him. So we haven't seen anybody go into heat after that. So chances are we will have babies, let's see, April, May, June, July, August, September, like September 15th through October 15th. We'll have about a month. Last time we also had a month span for our goats, and they all gave birth the same week. So Fingers crossed, because that first 24 hours is tough when you're doing bottle babies, which is what we're doing. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here and be done with today for the goats anyway. Gotta go to work and got to do my full-time job, which keeps us afloat, actually, which pays for pretty much everything on the farm right now. Our chicken sales aren't sufficient yet to actually be an income. So anyway, but we'll get there. That's the plan. Oh look, Mambo's, are you done talking? Yeah, I'm done talking. I'm done talking, Mambo. Yeah. All right, so this is our contraption because we lost we lost the pins that go in here, and we just haven't bought any. There you go. Mambo's like, let me out of here. Come on. I will tell you. Come on, Mambo. No. She just jumped right back up there. That's okay. Ow! I'll let her out in a second. So this is basically our setup here. We have a blue bucket, a 5-gallon bucket. And then I've got a container full of water. Every couple days when I fill this water up with hot water, not even a couple days, but probably every other day, I add iodine, just a splash of iodine to the water. And that helps to get rid of some of the germs on the udder, basically, is what my thinking is. Not a ton. Once I shake it up, you can't even tell that there's iodine in there. But almost fell over backwards and did it again, just so you know. That's what that face was. So anyway, nothing too complicated. Water, a rag, iodine. We do rotate our rags out. I wash them probably every other day or so. Chickens are laying eggs. All right, well, I really got to go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was long, so even if you're just playing it in the background while you're doing something else, I appreciate it. Like, subscribe. Oh, I did never think I was going to say those words. Oh my gosh. Okay, only if you want to. It's really okay if you don't want to. But you'll get a chance to see us whenever we put up a video. Talk to you later. Bye.